yacht because that's disorderly behaviour in a public place under the Summary Offences Act. So, it's a vessel as well. That's a genuine point. A private vessel off on the coastal waters becomes a public place upon which you can't have a gang insignia. That is the ridiculous position that we end up in. So, Minister, please answer that question. Answer the yacht question, because that's probably the most extreme case, and it would be really good to hear whether you think that's a prohibited display of gang insignia.
Well, thank you,
Honourable Paul Goldsmith.
Madam Chair. I think that speech, very nicely encapsulates the issue and the differences across our Parliament, and that member is obviously very concerned about the rights of gang members and the potential irritations and inconveniences that they may be put to by this legislation, and the fact that they may be restricted in their ability to drive around, hold up gang patches to the windows, intimidate people in public places. He's very concerned about that. Frankly, our concern is more with everyday New Zealanders trying to go about their business who want to be free from the fear and intimidation caused by gang members. And I just remind the House that it's only 0.25% of the adult population of New Zealand are gang members, yet they are responsible for 18% of the serious violent crime and 25% of the kidnapping. So this is a group that causes mayhem in our communities, and this amendment paper is about dealing with one area where the bill as drafted didn't capture the people who are driving around in cars and are displaying gang patches in a public place. It is not intended to capture people who may be driving in their car with a gang patch on, pressed against the seat of the car, not visible and not being displayed. That is not what this is dealing with. It's only in relation to places where they are displaying those patches in a way that could cause fear and intimidation.
So you're allowed to have gang patches on the inside the windows, facing the inside and covered up in the back behind the tins, but you're not allowed to have sign writing of gang insignia on the vehicle on the outside. Is that what we heard there?
We all know that as far as this government's concerned, gang insignia bad. It doesn't matter whether or not it's something that can be seen in public or not. They want to give the police the power to go into people's houses if they see it through a window, or bat signal it on the sky or something. Like it's very much a case of making noise to look tough on crime. But that whole sort of straw man argument that Goldsmith puts out there, like, well, clearly this member doesn't really give a shit about gangs, and it's just so pathetic to have.
It was quite to the talking points.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. It's like everybody knows gangs are bad, but you don't actually get tough on gangs by going, let's be mean and arrest them for every little thing. You have to break down what it is that's driving people into gangs. You have to identify what leads people to that lifestyle, and you have to break down what it is that they are doing. And the best thing that they could have ever done that they all refused to do was legalize marijuana and break their chains of being able to actually make money and hold people in trouble with it. But why would common sense have anything to do with government?
Oh, that went out with the window. Went out off the 10th floor of the Beehive a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I thought that police had the authority and the power to enter someone's property anyway. I don't know why they had to, introduce a new law around this one, but because I'm pretty sure that police have this power, regardless or out of existing powers, but.
It might be a different one of they can use that power to collect evidence to prosecute. So maybe they have a power to walk into your house and say, oi, there's a mongrel mob patch on there, but they don't have the power to arrest you of the patch being on the wall on display in the lounge. And I think that's what is potentially trying to be tasked there, is to use something similar to the Misuse of Drugs Act, where you can enter into a property without a warrant that can lead to criminal prosecution.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the search and seizure part of it that's concerning me the most. Certainly, I remember when I was at law school, the search and seizure part of the Bill of Rights was the most contentious part, and it's the part that gets people the most exercised about. Does the state have the right to come onto your property? And effectively search, and what are the conditions under which they do. So, yeah, I think this one could end up going to court and be tested. So we'll
Oh,
just have to see what
yes.
happens.
Yeah, especially if people feel that they have not had that done properly. You are right. You know, just like with the excise tax with GST.
Mm-hmm.
You know, except this case, it might end up in criminal court, not civil. Okay.